This week on Focus Outdoors, we're going to head to West Country Kennels and visit with one of my old friends, Brian Rauscher. Brian is owner-operator at West Country Kennels, and he has a great reputation. West Country Kennels is one of the premier dog training and boarding facilities in the upper Midwest. While visiting with Brian, we're going to talk some training techniques, how to get your pup off to a great start, and then we're going to go dove hunting. It's September 1st, Minnesota's dove opener. Stay tuned for some information that'll help you with your dog and some great wing shooting action. This week on Focus Outdoors, we're down here at West Country Kennels with Brian Rauscher. Brian, we're going to do something unusual for the state of Minnesota today, and that's dove hunt. You're a big dove hunter. You went all over, haven't you?
I love it, yeah. We've been down to Missouri, down to Kansas, being the home state of Minnesota. Started about, I want to say 8 years ago maybe.
Okay.
And some years are better than others. Sometimes we can find some small green fields. Other years you gotta use a little water hole,
right.
Down some field roads. But this year we've got a really good setup. We've got a really nice 200-acre wheat field with quite a few doves in there this year.
Okay, Brian, a lot of people that go dove hunting, they don't take their dogs. But you being a dog trainer for how many years now?
Yep.
I mean, a long time. You've grown up in this industry.
26
basically.
years.
26 years. You have one of the premier facilities in Minnesota. What do you think about doves and dogs?
I think for young dogs, and especially guys that waterfowl hunt, it is probably some of the best training. Typically it's warm. It's an easy setup. We use Mojo doves, and actually a product for waterfowl hunting, which are called the flock of flickers. They're the spinning, just the little wings.
Yeah.
We found that those are very successful. But instead of being at the water or out of a boat, a blind, it's a great way to get your young dog tuned up, or just even training them just in general.
Right.
Because you usually can be in a little ground blind, a 5-gallon bucket, have a leash on the dog. The birds work like ducks do. They come in close. So dove hunting is wonderful. I believe it's a lot better than going goose hunting with the young dog. A lot of people want to try to take their young dog goose hunting, and you're looking at a lot of trainers have used pigeons and chuckers.
Right.
Doves are definitely smaller, a little bit. A quail is a little bit bigger.
Right.
But young dogs are not going to retrieve a 8 to 12 pound goose, but they will retrieve the doves, and they can learn to mark. So dove hunting is definitely missed, I think, by a lot of new dog owners. Okay.
Well, one of the things I hear about the dove when it correlates to the retrieving with dogs, what about the feathers? Some about loose feathers. Do you see that as a deterrent to bring a young dog or not?
I don't.
Okay.
The dove feathers definitely come out a lot easier than I think any other game bird.
Right.
But I don't see it being that big of a deterrent. What you got to watch is the heat.
Right.
Today it is warm. It's going to be 80 some degrees. So that's one thing where the dogs are panting a lot. You're giving them water. Right. They're retrieving those feathers. Just their saliva is going to cause them feathers to come off quite a bit too. So
now here's my question for you. We just toured Brian's new facility. It's fascinating. It's set up. It's every dog trainer's dream building. I'll tell you that right now.
Thank you.
There you go. Now, here's one thing. I've not personally hunted a lot of doves in Minnesota. I have here or there. But what's the season, Brian? And when is the dove hunting good up to?
Typically, we open, Minnesota opens September 1st.
Okay.
Most states open September
Okay.
1st. What I've seen is it's a short window. You've got about 2 weeks. The second the weather starts to turn and you start to get mornings in the 40s,
Okay.
they start bugging out. They start going south. So, and what you're looking for is numbers. You know, that's kind of the hardest thing to find. You find we're looking for anywhere from 200, 150 to up to 800, 1,000 doves you can find in some fields. So if you're looking at fields that have 30 or 40 birds, you can get a nice little shoot, but they get smart fast and you can burn it out fast. So no different than ducks. You know, you get into a green field and you might have 500 to 1,000 mallards. Well, it doesn't take long to burn it out either. So.
And each season is variable too.
Absolutely.
We were talking on the phone when we set this little hunt up. You were concerned early on in our conversations if it was going to green up. Explain that, what you mean by that, in the window there too.
When the farmers harvest the wheat or oats, what can happen is if we get a lot of rain, and they cut the wheat about 3 weeks ago, we've been pretty dry, which helps us. But if it get a lot of rain, then all the weeds start coming up, the actual grain itself will start to sprout, and that can turn a field, doves right off of a field. Once it gets too green, they don't want to land in the green stuff.
That's fascinating.
So you got to kind of look at that too. Perspective.
Okay. Well, folks, stay tuned for an awesome dove hunt with Focus Outdoors and West Country Kennels.
Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we've customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. We know it takes a well-trained gun dog to handle wild birds to make every hunting trip a dream trip. Let Midwest Gun Dog Kennels put excitement back into your hunt of a lifetime. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
No matter the size, age, or activity level of your best friend, you want a dog food that's natural, feeds great, and is full of all the goodness you demand. That's what we pack into every bag of Country Vet Naturals. Country Vet Naturals are just what the name says, natural goodness in every bag. We also make grain-free cat and dog food and treats. Learn more and find a dealer at countryvetnaturals.com. Country Vet Naturals, loved by pets, trusted by owners.
Cool. As you might be able to tell, I spend a lot of time behind the shotgun. Whether it's at the clay target fields, sporting clays fields, doing exhibitions, or bird hunting, I always trust my shooting skills to the Rio elites. Not only for the lighter recoil, but as you can tell, the harder hitting, consistent patterns. These clay targets don't stand a chance when you shoot Rio elites.
Make your next day on the water even better with Airwave Pedestal, the only air suspension system that can be custom adjusted to the weight of the rider. No unreliable springs, no oil-filled shocks to leak. Our patented design utilizes a two-stage suspension system to smooth out the roughest ride, while limiting travel to an industry-leading 2 inches. This boating season, enjoy your time on the water to the fullest. Find out how at airwavepedestal.com.
You know, Brian, talking about training dogs, and you train pointers and labs and everything.
Yep.
You need water to do water work. Fill us in on your pond here. I see you got aerators and all kinds of nice slopes, and tell people why that's important.
Well, for young dogs, you don't want to throw a bumper or retrieving dummy in deep water to start or off a dock. That's one of the biggest mistakes that we find people making. Is right away they go, let's see if he jumps off the dock, and they've never experienced water. So we our pond here, what we have set up is we got a nice gravel landing where it really gradually goes out to give those dogs the confidence to get that distance out where it's gradual to get swimming. A lot of our clients have lake homes, so when they're putting docks in, they get new young dogs. It always happens. Everybody talks about they're putting the dock in, the dog comes out, falls off the dock, and it makes our job a lot tougher through the summertime. So you definitely, when you start a young dog, have a very gradual shoreline for them. And even another thing you can do is actually throw it down the shoreline versus straight out into the pond.
That's a great point.
So the dog will run the shoreline and then go into the water, and they'll come back out, but slowly then work your way, you know, further and further and further out, so that dog starts learning. So.
Remember, folks, when you're introducing to these puppies a lot of new things, and water's a big one, please realize it's building their confidence. Don't worry about the finished work until later. We want a bold young dog who's happy with new experiences and not scared of every little thing that pops up that's different to them.
Today we're going to talk about, in my eyes, in 26 years of training for a gun dog, the most important thing that any dog owner, hunting dog owner, needs to do, and that is to properly gun break your dog. Gun breaking does not happen in 1 or 2 sessions, okay? Our program takes 2 weeks, and what we like to do is when we get a young dog in, the very first thing we do is actually start with frozen pigeons, okay? Not with live birds to start. This is a bird we use for training. One thing that I really like to do is I take the head from a dead bird and I tuck it under the wing, so you can kind of see this whole bird is pretty tight. So when that puppy learns to grab, he's grabbing it by the center of the body, okay? And guns that we like to use, we always start with a blank gun, okay? This is a 22 caliber blank gun. There is a big difference in certain sizes of blanks. I like to use these small acorn blanks, all right? And the other brand is a CCI. They work great when you get a few days into the gun breaking. These are a lot quieter, all right? So I'm just gonna load this blank gun up, and my trainer, Mike Eaker, is gonna bring a young pup out right now. He has been through the first week, so we are up through the blank gun with him and up to the 410. So on Monday we're gonna start using the 20 gauge with him, work that for a few days, and then get to the 12 gauge. All right, Mike, you wanna bring the pup out? All right, this is a 6-month-old dog named Maverick, black lab male. And actually the very first thing that we start to do with the dogs is birdie them up, okay? And that's just getting simple bird work with them. So we like to use 2 people when we're gun breaking a dog, all right? So right here I'm just gonna take the frozen bird here. Ready, Maverick? Up, 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 and actually start with clapping. Maverick. Good boy, Maverick. Here, bud. Good. Alright. So I spend about a day with clapping. Alright. So we'll take the bird again. Ready, Maverick? Get the check cord situated. Up, up, up. Maverick. Maverick, good boy. Here. Good. Alright. Good. Now I'm going to start with the blank gun, and I wear this orange training pouch. The first probably half dozen shots is inside the training pouch. All right. So I'm going to get the dog engaged. Up, up, up. Whatever. And then I go back to clapping. All right. So we'll do this for quite a few sessions, and then I'm going to use the blank gun out of the training pouch. All right. Up, up, up. Come on, Maverick. Good boy. Good. Here. But you can see how we're always getting the dog engaged. You should always be throwing a retrieve. If you watch this dog close, all right, we'll do another retrieve here. I'm not shooting until he is completely in motion on the bird. Ready, Maverick? Up, up, up. Good boy. Come on. Alright. Good. Now I'm actually going to go up and grab a live bird. Okay? I'm going to grab a pigeon. I like pigeons to start because they're small and not as strong as chukars, and definitely not as strong as pheasants. Characteristics of birds. Lots of trainers like to use quail or pigeons to start young dogs. Alright? Alright, training pigeons. Some people actually use and they tape their wings. I just kind of pull these flight feathers. Alright. And with young dogs, the very first time I actually pull both sides. And another little trick that we can do is we actually wing lock the birds. You fold a wing over a wing. Okay? So you still get some movement on the bird. But, and again, this is the very first time. Alright. Maverick has been on a few live birds, so we're just going to start with the bird unwing locked. Alright? And again, the whole time, it's the same thing. I am getting Maverick engaged. He is in motion. You do not want to just stand out there and go, okay, let's shoot, then throw with the dog sitting. That is one of the worst things you can do. Always get the dog in motion to start. Alright? In motion. Up, up. Boy, Maverick.
Good Maverick.
Good boy. Alright, we're going to do one more retrieve with the blink gun, and then we're going to go to a 410. Alright? Up, up, up. Good.
Good Maverick. Not much.
When we go to the 410, we've always done about 4 or 5 days worth of blank gun work first. Get your repetition in. Just don't do 3 or 6 or 8 blanks and then go right to a shotgun. Try to shoot about 50 blanks over the dog first. So we'll do one more throw with the 410. Alright, we're now going to switch to the 410 with Maverick. One thing that I haven't talked about a lot is reading your dog's body language. When you watch the Maverick going out after the retrieves, again, we talk a lot about being engaged. He is in motion. When dogs start to have gun issues, and there is different levels of severity, a mid-level severity of the gun, when there's a gun issue, is when you're throwing, they start to hesitate. They don't go out at full speed. They go out half speed or even a quarter speed, and what they're trying to do is time the shot. Alright, so right here, this is actually Maverick's first time with a 410. Alright? You can see there, folks, he stayed in motion the whole time. Alright? We'll do one more time. This time I'm going to double shoot. Alright? Up, up, up.
Good Maverick.
So the key is to over and over repetition. Throwing, shooting, throwing, shooting. We like to work a session, should be 10, maybe 12 minutes, 6 to 10 retrieves max. That's about all you want to do with young dogs. But take your time. 3-4 days with the blank gun, 3-4 days with the 410, 3-4 days with the 20 gauge. When we actually get to flushing for these guys, we like to do it all in the wide open. We're not putting them in cover. We want Maverick to see that bird, go right in, flush, follow flush. When we shoot it, it falls right in the open for Maverick.
Midwest Gun Dog Kennels is your full-time gun dog training facility. For over 30 years, we've customized our training to fit each individual gun dog. We know it takes a well-trained gun dog to handle wild birds to make every hunting trip a dream trip. Let Midwest Gun Dog Kennels put excitement back into your hunt of a lifetime. Midwest Gun Dog Kennels, where experience equals excellence.
Dakota Pheasant Guide offers the best wild pheasant hunts from the glacial lakes area of South Dakota west to the Missouri River. Packages available include everything from self-guided to fully guided hunts. Book your bird hunting adventure now. Fishermen, iTime Promotions is your ticket to an enjoyable and successful day on the water. Call Dennis Foster for your outdoor adventure of a lifetime.
Dennis Foster here. I'd like to introduce you to the Dorado catch and release boat latch system. It's back the trailer into the water, pop the cord, and away we go. Once our day in the water is done, we simply roll the boat up onto the bunks until that it achieves contact with the bow eye. It clicks securely into place, away we go. We're exclusive partners with b2outdoors.com. That's where you're going to want to go and order your very own system. You can enter the promo code iTime Promotions and receive free shipping on your items.
When it comes to dog food and treats, you want something natural. A dog food or special reward that feeds great, is made in the USA, and helps your best friend live a long and healthy life. That's what you get with Country Vet Naturals. Natural goodness in every bag. And for those of you who want grain-free, we've got that too. Find a dealer and learn more about Country Vet Naturals dog food, cat food, and treats at countryvetnaturals.com. Country Vet Naturals, loved by pets, trusted by owners.
Shoot that. There's one.
We got three. Pigeon. Here's a loner. Single right here, Tom. All you.
Took me two, though.
I was about to just take it.
Oh, that's tempted.
Right here, right front. Right front. Tom, you see him?
Yep.
Kill him.
Today we're having a blast shooting doves in Minnesota with Brian Rauscher from West Country Kennels. I'm honored to introduce a new line of shotguns, Rete. This is a Masai Mara model, 12 gauge. This does have a 30-inch barrel. They come 28, 26 standard lengths. It's unique also because it has a rotating bolt that will actually alleviate anything from not locking the shell into place. Ejections are smoother. It's just a more prominent way to have shells interlock into your gun. They've done a great job with this. Rete is, they're made in Turkey, where a lot of guns are now. Excellent wood on them. One of the neat features is one press of the button. You can actually take out the whole trigger mechanism for a good cleaning. Slip it right back in, it pops right back in, locks down. But the inner locking bolt system rotates. It is the absolute bomb. I've been shooting low base shells today. It's ejected every one. Haven't had one jam, haven't had one problem. I think you really need to look at Rete. Masai Mara is the model. You'll like it. there's one, boy.
Look right there.
I don't want him messing around here.
Deceiving. They look further than what they really are. Those are killable.
Yep. Yeah, when you can see a little tint of color on them, a little change like that, you can kill them.
Look at the feathers.
Huh?
How you hit him. All you can kill him.
Minnesota dove opener, you can't beat it, boys.
Wow. We just start the season.
Yep. Yeah. A lot of nice ones. That one's a little young there. That one's a beautiful bird. Nice long tail. Tell you what, Bri, want to thank you.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming out.
It was awesome, Mike. Thanks for your walk around. We got a little more shooting, buddy. I want to tell you folks, if you've never been dove hunting, you need to go. It is one of the funnest, most spectacular forms of upland bird hunting that you'll ever experience. Brian Rauscher, West Country Kennels, Mike, West Country Kennels, and I'm Tom Porker saying we had a ball so long for Focus Outdoors Television.
Diesel train rolls down the line as I'm headed for the land of corn and rye. There is a place I'm always satisfied, full of remedies to ease my worried mind, like pulling catfish on the banks of Cherry Cove, watching wood ducks.